ready? Welcome to Unity of Wilmington's Meditation Moments. My name is Reverend Nickie Golden, and this is Katie Deese. We'll be leading you in a brief guided meditation. We are located in Wilmington, North Carolina, and we so appreciate you joining us today. I'm going to ask you to take a breath, a centering breath, a deep breath, a full breath, and just notice what you notice as you take that breath. Do you find joy coming through, or do you feel the tenseness somewhere in your body? Often we carry tenseness and stress and tension in places we're not even aware of until we tune in. Slow down, take a breath. Allowing yourself to drop into your body. And I want to share with you today that there is something radically right about you. This comes from New Thought minister Reverend Galen McDowell. There is something radically right about you. You are somebody. And that somebody is a beloved expression of God. But sometimes for us, it's difficult to fully step in and embrace that somebodyness because we've been told that we're nobody or nothing. We've been told we're not good enough. And maybe the telling to us is not direct, but indirect, which is harder to access in our subconscious, harder to pinpoint where that belief came from. And yet, what I'd very much like you to know is that you are amazingly whole, magnificent, full of life, and the very essence of love. Those qualities and characteristics are the truth of you. They're the truth of me. But somehow they get covered over with the act of living, with the receiving and taking hold of, the messages that get sent to us. It's like if I'm holding my hand up here and a message comes in, and I grasp it, then it becomes a part of me for the period of time I'm holding on to it. But as easily as I can grasp something, I can open my hand up and I can also let it fall away. So what in your life is covering up your magnificence, your somebodyness? And are you willing to simply open up your hand and let it fall away, whatever that is for you? And are you willing to let it be that easy? Opening up your hand and letting that which you have grasped onto simply fall away, because you have begun a new version of yourself. You've begun an upgrade, a frequency upgrade to your somebodyness. It may feel a little awkward, but at least in your own mind, say, I am somebody. And take a breath into that. I am somebody. And take another breath and notice the words that come after it. Those are called tail enders. Quite often, like the tail of a dog wagging. Tail enders. Those are the beliefs that we have instilled, the thoughts that we have instilled within us that keep us from believing our magnificence. Those tail enders. So actually celebrate that they're coming up. And my invitation is take a moment and write them down. And then crumple that piece of paper up and just toss it into the trash. And if you miss, toss again and again. until you hit the center of that trash can. Because those beliefs are trash. Because the truth of who you are is that you are divine. You are divine. You are magnificent. You are love. You are loving. And sometimes these are the most difficult to embrace because we have held on to some error beliefs, some erroneous beliefs about ourselves. So letting go of those erroneous beliefs and embracing the belief that we are magnificent. Can you imagine how different your life would be if you were feeling on top of the world? You knew you were somebody. If you were feeling confident and competent in all that you were doing, and somebody came along and they said something about you that you knew was untrue. When we're feeling competent, when we're feeling confident, when we're feeling on top of the world, then that statement doesn't even begin to do anything but fall away from us. What would it take for you and for me to live our lives from that place of magnificence? What would it take? What changes might you need to make? What changes might I need to make? And then how are we going to manage the way that other people come to us because we're different? We'll have to stand in that new consciousness. We'll have to take it on and live it. And what joy that could be. What an adventure that could be. To really stand in the fullness of our being. The metaphysical definition of freedom is to be in a place of well-being all the time. All the time. No matter what anybody around us says. And we're able to do that when we know the truth of ourselves, that we are divine, that we're filling this body up with that knowingness. So it's not just a thought, and it's not a belief, which is a collection of thoughts that we've held on to for a while, but it's moved into that place of knowingness. Are you willing to live from that consciousness that you are somebody, that you are a beloved expression of God? Breathe into that. Breathe into that. The choice is yours to make. And whatever choice you make, I celebrate that. I celebrate you. And I celebrate me. And I celebrate who we are in the world and who we are learning to be on this journey of being a spiritual being in a human body, but also being divine and human at the same time. Knowing that our inner reflects our outer, and our outer reflects our inner. Let's allow our inner to be the absolute place from which we draw our consciousness. And let's take that inner into our somebodyness, our divinity, the consciousness of the divine that is within us and all around us, so that we truly can celebrate our freedom, so that we truly can live as the magnificent souls that we are, and so we truly can be the love in this world, the place where we are expressing love. May you take these thoughts, these ideas into practice and see what changes in your life and in the lives of those around you. Have the best day or night or time ever. And thank you for being present with us. Your presence makes a difference.